Next question is the question in which calculate the price of 3 months PQR futures if PQR having face value of rupees 10 quoted at 220 rupees on National Stock Exchange and 3 months futures price quotes at 230. So the question says that you are required to make the computation of the price of the futures, and the question is also giving the price of the futures. Means we have to understand that we are required to compute the futures price of the security, that is the theoretical futures price. Rate of interest is 15%, dividend is 25% per annum payable before expiry. What is the face value of the security? 10 rupees. What is the rate of dividend? 25%. So 2 rupee 50 paise before expiry means we just have to understand, just say before the futures contract is expiring, that is at the end of the period. So there is no need to say compute the interest on dividend if at all we are following the method number 1 for calculating the future price. That is the first question in which you are required to make the computation of the futures price calculation. Then the second part of the question, also examine the arbitrage opportunities. Means you are required to compute that say whether arbitrage is existing or not, and if it is existing, compute the same if the actual price is 230. That is the way the second part of the question is given. I request all of you to make calculation of the first part of the question, wherein I want you to compute the forward/futures price of the underlying asset for a time period of 3 months. So friends, we understand that say the spot price is 220. First of all, let us have informal discussion. The rate of interest is provided as 15% and the time period is 3 months. So 220 into 15% into 3 divided by 12. So interest is added to the spot price minus the dividend income. It is 10 into 25%. That comes to 2 rupee 50 paise. This is the way we are required to make the computation of answer. So write down answer of the question. F is equal to spot plus interest minus dividend, because we are assuming that the dividend is going to be received at the end of the period. So interest on dividend is not calculated. So 220 plus 220 into 15% into 3 divided by 12 minus 2 rupee 50 paise. So the answer comes to 220 into 0.15 into 0.25. That comes to 8 rupee 25 paise minus 2 rupee 50 paise. So the answer comes to 225.75. That is the way the forward/futures price of the underlying asset can be calculated. Dear students, over here the word which has been used over here, 25% per annum, that does not carry any significance. The reason for that is very simple, because the dividend amount is always calculated by applying the rate of dividend. Suppose I purchase an equity share just in the last week and say today the company is declaring the dividend. In that case, I will be provided with the dividend say for the time period, that is say on the face value of the investment which I am holding. So over here, say this per annum word does not have any significance, and before expiry means just before the expiry of the futures contract. So we are not computing the interest on dividend. If at all we do answer with the alternative method, then I hope that all of you are clear. You will make computation like this. Revise the spot price plus interest. Revised spot price is 220 minus what is the dividend income? We understand it is 2 rupee 50 paise. So 2.50 divided by Rate of interest is 15% and time period is 3 months. That comes to 3.75% divided by 1.0375. So present value of the dividend is calculated, which is deducted from the spot price of the security into 1.0375 once again. For that, so the working will be exactly the same as what we have understood just now. It is 15% into 3 divided by 12. So 2 rupee 50 paise divided by 1.0375, that comes to 2.4096. 220 minus 2.4096, that comes to 217.5904 into 1.0375. That comes to 225.75. 004, I am ignoring it. This is also the way you can present the answer, which is acceptable in examination. Now the second part of the question says that so you are required to compute the arbitrage opportunity. So again I want you to write the answer in the chat box, that which are the transactions to be entered upon today and what would be the arbitrage at the end of the period. So this time it is very simple for us to understand that actual price is more than what it should have been. So in that case we should enter into the F contract to sell the security. Since we are going to sell security at the end of the period, so today we are going to buy it. Chalo, write down answer. Transactions at the beginning of period, and opposite to that, position at the end of 3 months. This logic should be clear to you, that since the price is more than what it should have been, so we are going to sell at the end of the period. So today we are going to buy, and to buy today we are going to borrow. So 1, borrow rupees 220 at the rate of 15% for 3 months. Second, purchase a security from spot market. Third, enter in F contract to sell security at the rate rupees 230. These are the transactions in which you will enter upon today. So what will be the position at the end of the year? Let us see. Since you have borrowed funds, so 1, liability to make repayment of loan rupees 228.25, that is 220 plus 220 into 25% into 3 divided by 12, sorry 15%. Second, you had purchased a security, so holding a security. enter into F contract to sell security at 230. So third is holding F contract to sell security at the rate rupees 230. And fourth, importantly, you will receive dividend income. Receive dividend rupees 2.5. So this is what we understand is the position at the end of the year based on the transactions entered upon at the beginning of the period. And based on that, we will make the computation of arbitrage. Arbitrage will be found like this. Sale value of security is 230 plus dividend income rupees 2.5 less repayment of loan 228.25. So 230 plus 2.5 minus 228.25. So that will result into arbitrage of 4.25. This is the way we will have the arbitrage opportunity.